All right, first episode, Jack Experience, solo, Gloria Govan. Let me know when you're ready, Edwin.
3, 2, 1.
Are we good?
Good.
You want to pause it right there, and I'll just jump in right now. Edwin. Edwin.
Yes.
Do you just want me to start 3, 2, 1 and just start, or were you gonna let it right out?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here. Yeah. The 3, 2, 1,
And then just start.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Bang bang. All right. So my next guest is a actress, a entrepreneur,
Yes.
a author,
Yep.
a reality star.
Yes, did that too.
I believe she was the reality star of Basketball Wives
Mhm.
and Basketball Wives L.A.
Yep.
Please welcome Gloria Govan.
Hey, what up, y'all? Thanks
What's
for
up?
having me.
Thanks for coming.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm trying this vodka. What is it?
It's
Cherry
Tito's
infused.
and this Hint, because Hype Studios, where I record from, is sponsored by Hint
Nice.
sparkling water. What do
I
you
like
think?
it. It's good, actually.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't
smooth, huh?
normally do vodka, but it like kind of kills the flavor.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you, tequila?
I'm a tequila or Jack Daniels, actually.
Ooh.
I know. You know, I recently found out I'm allergic to tequila. Isn't that weird? I'm Mexican, and I am allergic to tequila. I'm
Are you
the
really?
worst. I swear.
You're
It gives me-
Mexican?
I'm Mexican. I'm black and Mexican.
No.
Yeah, and my mom's from Chihuahua.
No shit.
I know. Yeah, you're welcome.
And where's your dad from?
So he's from here, Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
The D12.
yeah.
Nice.
I know. So I know. My mom's always like, "You're the worst Mexican." I know. I'm like, I'm the worst. I can't eat avocados.
Wow,
It's-
really?
I know. It's the weirdest shit ever. I can't do pico de gallo. I can't do. My mom's like,
you're,
"What?"
You're like a fake Mexican.
Legit. My mom's like, "What are you good for?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just got a big booty, I guess. So whatever."
Big booty, big mouth.
Big thing. You know, you hear me talk shit at the gym all the time.
All day long. So let's. I figured we'd start off with. You were on Basketball Wives.
Yes.
So there's plenty of wives, fiancés,
Mhm.
girlfriends in the NBA.
Yeah.
How do you? I believe your sister also, correct?
Yep. My
How do
sister.
how do you guys end up on?
On Basketball Wives?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a crazy story. My sister, who was originally supposed to be on the show, Gilbert didn't want her to do it. So she was like, "Oh man,
Arenas?
Gilbert Arenas, yeah,
Okay.
that's her baby daddy."
Okay.
And they have 4 kids together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was originally supposed to be on the show, but he was like, "No, not happening." So she asked me if I wanted to do it. Well, I spoke to my ex-husband at the time, and he was like, he was a little apprehensive, but
Right.
he liked the idea of me, like, getting something, starting something.
Going, yeah, right.
So we started it, and that's when he played for Orlando.
And that was.
Oh my gosh, shit. So you just want me to date myself like
No,
that?
no, no,
I'm
no.
just- I'm
No,
fucking
who
with
was
you.
your ex?
Oh, Matt Barnes.
Okay, Matt Barnes is your ex.
Yes. And he played on Orlando, and I would have to drive or fly to Miami like every other week with the kids because that's where we filmed.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, we filmed in Miami. Or sometimes they would come to Orlando, but not very often. Majority of the girls were in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts, and it was just a crazy ass experience. It really was. It right before we started filming, Shawnee accused my sister of like sleeping with Shaq, who is like Shawnee's ex-husband,
Okay.
and so that just tone for the entire season show,
Right.
like my whole everything.
Right. Which I assume that's what they expect. They want the drama.
Yes, and they loved it. Like the
okay.
producers fucking loved it.
Oh yeah, it's like
And-
butter.
Oh my gosh, they couldn't get enough of it. But it was just tough because, I was criticized because I wasn't like rolling over on my sister basically. Like the girls were like, she don't even like you, and I was like, look, that's family.
So let me
Like,
ask you a question. So you see the reality shows, like my wife watches OC and blah 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 blah
Yes.
blah. Like there's so many now that I'm
Mhm.
like, how do you watch this?
right, yeah.
So I think the one question that viewers and people, the audience wants to know is it staged or is it just raw?
I would say, so this is what they do. Like if they know me and you don't like each other,
Uh-huh.
right? What they'll do is be like, okay, Gloria, you're going to dinner with Susan. And they'll be like, okay, Carlos, you're going to dinner with Susan. And then we show up together. And then whatever like happens, but they set you up in a way so where they
So it's
pull
not
the
a
drama
setup,
out.
but it is
yeah.
set up.
You know what I mean?
Right,
yeah.
right.
So they set you up,
Indirectly.
to pull the drama. but they're not like feeding you a script or anything, you know. They will sometimes be like, don't forget, you know, when he said he called you a bitch the other day, like don't, and you're like, oh yeah, that is right, you did call me a bitch, you know, like. So they'll
feed you little
yeah,
notes
they'll
here.
yeah, they'll kind of be like, remember you were supposed to meet and do this. You're like, oh yeah, okay, my bad. So that's why I said it's not like set up, but it's
right.
you know, it's produced.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you did that for how many seasons?
Oh my gosh, I was on Miami the whole time, and then when I moved to LA, I helped start Basketball Wives L.A.
Okay, is that because he got traded, right?
That's because he got traded to Lakers. Yeah, Matt got traded to Lakers.
Okay,
yeah.
So now you're in LA, and
now
then
we're in LA.
That's when your sister came in on that point.
My sister came in on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister came in on that one, and that was cool. You know, Laura and I mean, we just don't naturally get along, so it was just kind of a weird dynamic, you know, to like film with her.
Wait, because of the age, or?
Yeah, I mean, she's 7 years older than me.
Okay.
But I just think like that, and it's weird. Like it's one of those like if we weren't siblings, we wouldn't be friends. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like.
Like your family's like kind of like you.
Yeah, you know, you're like, I mean, and I love her. I'll defend her till, you know, when
to die.
yeah,
Right,
but we just don't hang out, you know.
Gotcha.
So it was an interesting kind of way to film because that was like the only time we hung out.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, and we go through waves, like where there are times where we'd be like on the carpet together, and we'd go to events and stuff like that, and then there'll be times where we would be like don't yeah
hi sis.
Yeah, legit, like, oh hey girl,
yeah,
you know.
I'll see you later.
Yeah,
so how long did NBA Wives L.A.
Edition? I was only on there for 2 seasons.
Why is that?
I left. I did. It was just it started to become too produced and too much, where it was
too Hollywood.
Like, it was way too Hollywood. It was kind of like running into my relationship with Matt.
Okay.
And then, you know, you have to do other stuff besides film. You have to go to events, and you have to promote, and you have to do marketing, and you have to do shoots, and it was just a lot. And it just didn't, you know, you have to travel with the show and that kind of stuff. So it just kind of bled into like real life, and it just wasn't working.
So let me cut you off right there.
Yeah.
If anybody on the outside say they want to do a reality show on them,
yes,
what would your advice be to them?
Oh man, so many wives actually have asked me, like, hey Gia, you know, they've called me about the show, they want me to do the show, they want me to do this. And my thing is, if you have something to promote on the show, like if you have a clothing line, or if you're a doctor or whatever, like do the show, because that's what it's great for.
Right.
But if you don't, like if you just kind of are looking for a check, you'll be eaten up alive.
Yeah, because at the time, I believe you were just a mom, right?
At the time, yeah, in Miami, I was just a mom.
Right.
So I didn't have shit. I was just like, just doing the show, you know, and that's also what kind of got me in trouble, because the other girls, some were single, they'd be like, let's go. I'm like, okay, let's go out then, you know, and I'm not single, you know, I was married, like had kids, and so it was just difficult to try to balance.
Right, because I know that a lot of, well, not a lot of them, but most of the reality show, wives shows like the OC, stuff like that, there's always one or another that has a product or something they're pitching.
Yeah.
So obviously you didn't have a product or anything.
Right.
Did that show influence you or make you launch anything, or say like, oh, you know, I should like
do something?
Yeah, get into this.
It did. I mean, I wrote my cookbook on the show, and then I started a clothing line called Sudor, which was an athleisure line, and then I started my boys' clothing line, Kelly Michael.
Okay.
So I started some stuff, but you're right. I think it took me a few years.
Obviously.
But yeah,
else,
you know what I mean? You're like, shit. But so by the time I got to LA, things started to like, you know, pick up. But I was influenced by just the girls and just the reality of the platform. Okay. That I was like, oh fuck, I should take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we ended up doing.
Okay, and so you're 2 years in.
I was 2 years into Basketball Wives.
And then, what is it fair to say, like 6 months to the end, you were pretty much done?
Yeah, and they knew it. Producers were getting pissed, and I was getting pissed because I just wasn't like performing for them. You know, like they'd be like, "You need to show up, and you need to like show up." You know, like you need to give us something, and I'd be like, "Look, guys,
dude, you're lucky I got here."
Yeah, like fuck, I'm not interested. Like I'm not interested in this shit. Like this is fake. You know, like I don't really. She doesn't like me. She don't know why she don't like me. She said like I'd be like I can't. Like I'm just not interested. And so after a while it was like an amicable kind of like split.
You need to go.
Yeah, they were like, well, you need to go, and I was like, well, hallelujah, because I'm trying to get the fuck out of here anyway. So it was one of those. And then, and then VH1 wasn't really happy with the way it kind of went down, just because I was one of the prominent characters from the jump.
Right.
So they were like, "Why are you leaving?" And I was like, me and the producers didn't get along.
Yeah. Then what happened there?
And then from there, like, it just kind of got ugly in the sense of, just my relationship with VH1. But later, I think a couple years later, actually, what ended up really happening is Matt and I got married without them filming it.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you guys were married.
We were engaged, like we were together.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
and then we did the Vegas thing. We were just supposed to go to Vegas, and I was like, "Do you guys want to film it for my sister's birthday?" And they were like, "No, you guys gonna do anything special?" And I was like, "Not really. Like, we're just gonna go and like do Vegas."
Right.
Well, we got
married.
we got shit faced. I mean, we had the Adderall in the Patron, where the Patron turns blue. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, well,
I now I'm
it's
curious.
intense. Yeah. So we were like
Lit.
2 shits to the wind, like out of here, and we got married. Like people flew in. DeAndre Jordan flew in for it. Gilbert was there. Like we had, who else was there? Blake Griffin was there. Like they just flew in from LA because it's a quick hour.
Yeah. And if you're an NBA star,
Like you could kind of do something like that, right?
Yeah,
it was one of those. And DeAndre flew my mom out on his little PJ with him.
That was dope.
It was pretty dope. And so we got married, and they were like, "Bitch, fuck you."
Really?
They were heated till this day, because they actually recently called me to be on this recent season of Basketball Wives. And I talked to them, we entertained it, we tried to figure it out a little bit. It didn't end up working.
Right.
But that was one of the first things they said to me. They were like, we forgive you for not telling us about getting married. And I was like, guys, it wasn't planned.
I mean, listen, you can't, it's spilled milk.
Yeah, right? Like, let it go.
It's
this
done,
is like 7 years ago. Like, I'm gonna go.
Different, like, yo, you know what? Whatever happens in the past, let's see what we can do in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
spilled milk. It's done.
But it was the first thing they said. And I was like, damn, I like hurt y'all feelings.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
jeez. I was
It's
like,
like,
I'm
it's
so
like your
sorry.
first breakup. Like,
It was.
remember, you broke my heart. When you're in a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
broke my heart. It's
Still
like,
remember my first love. Yeah,
it was
for
like
sure.
30 years ago. Come on.
Right.
That's
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna need you to move on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So you guys get married in Vegas.
We got married in Vegas. That was like our wedding. And then tell me,
did Elvis marry you?
who married? No.
Oh,
No, I know, that would have been awesome.
that would have been dope.
It was pretty, but in Vegas they changed the rules. You have to like go and get a marriage license first.
Why?
I don't know. We were hella confused. We were like, what?
I mean, I guess the only thing I can think of is so many people get married and then they're like, oh, well,
Shit.
the marriage
it's not
not
real.
legit. Yeah. So I could see that.
Yeah. So now they make you get a marriage license first. So we partied.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we partied from like, we got married at like 6 o'clock in the morning, but we were like how just
hammered
like,
were you?
Just fuck.
Like barely.
Oh my gosh, like makeup running, it was some fucking mess.
You were a hot
Everyone
mess.
was drunk. My dad was like passed out. Like he was sitting Indian style on like in the middle of the aisle. It was a shit show, but it was perfect. Like it was hilarious. Like it was just classic.
They missed out.
I'm telling you, they were pissed.
But I don't understand why they're pissed. If you called them and said, "Yo,"
yeah, I was like, "Do you guys want to film it?" And they were like, "No, you're not gonna do anything." And it wasn't planned.
Okay.
We were just high.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It wasn't like, okay, we're gonna secretly go to Vegas and get married. Like I don't even know if I liked Matt at the time. It was like, you know what I mean? Like we were just kind of there. I actually, as a matter of fact, we were arguing and we drove to Vegas, and and then you get, out of our mind drunk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit happens.
Vegas is one of those wicked places that I always tell people, like, when you're young, you want to go like 3-4 days. Now, as an adult, I'm like, I'm 2 days out. I'm done.
Dude, 24 hours.
I'm done.
Fuck.
I'm done.
And I have to get home and like rest.
Yeah.
From it. You know what I mean? Like from Vegas trips now.
For sure. And that's why we fly now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, let me get to the bar and let me like kind of take a nap on the plane
right.
and kind of start detoxing, because by the time you're landing, you're like,
yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know if I'm like I'm just tired of people, but I'm like walking around like, fuck, just get away from me.
Yeah.
The
one time we were checking into Vegas and the couple next to us were like, the woman was confirming the reservation. She's like, okay, you guys are here checked in for 11 days. And we were like, 11 days?
Yeah, like what is wrong with you?
What the fuck are you going to do in Vegas for 11 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, oh man, they must be tourists.
Yeah.
We were like,
tourism
shit,
from the East Coast.
Yeah. You're like, damn, 11 days is Vegas. That's gonna be tough.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
So, season ends,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get the idea to start pushing your product,
Yes.
and then we can start going into production. Did
Yep.
you back it yourself? Did you
Yeah.
find backers, or?
You know, what happened with the cookbook, because we started a whole cooking line, me and my sister-in-law.
Okay. Who's your sister-in-law?
Marlena Atanazi. She has her own like meal prep company now. Yeah, so we started that. We did everything out of pocket. All of my ventures we've started out of pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, our Sudor we started. I had a partner. Her name is Sierra Omar. And then the Kelly's, Kelly Michael, the kids clothing line, I started on my own.
Okay.
So I had a partner who helped me design that one as well. But it was just all kind of just been me, and they haven't blown up, but it was just nice to like my kids still have their clothing line. We let go of Sudor so far.
Why is that?
It just didn't the partnership didn't end up working out.
Okay.
And we kind of ended up clashing on the direction of it. So which sucks.
What I like to call creative differences.
Yeah. Yes, that's very professional. I'm gonna use that.
Yes. They already said that to me already today. Wow, that's really good, Carlos. Creative differences.
Yeah.
It works.
Right, it does. It sounds really. It's like much better.
Everything in a whole, in one.
Yeah. No, it wraps up everything. You're like, no, we just couldn't see eye to eye.
I think it's a good word because it doesn't throw dirty laundry out there.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like people won't ask you much after that. Like, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, because they kind of get it. Okay, so either they didn't get along.
Right.
Like, he had a vision, he or she had a vision.
Yeah, and it was opposite. Yeah.
Or, it holds in one. And I really think that, and I'll say this because I used to have a co-host, and because of creative differences, she's not here, but I wouldn't want to say anything without her being here to defend herself.
That's dope. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know me, I'm straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll tell you how, if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I have no filter. But I'm also the type of person that you should be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Why am I going to say something if you're not here?
Yeah.
So I think that the creative difference word is great because it tells people, look, we didn't get along.
Right.
It is what it is. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
We're moving
right.
on.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit.
Yeah.
I'm not putting your business out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah.
Because everybody gets it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think anyone would ask questions after that.
Yeah, because you gotta be a fucking dumbass.
Right. To be like, well, what? What was your creative? You're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like,
you don't even care.
At that point, if you even ask that question,
right.
let me just fucking hit you in the head. Because
right.
you're just a dumbass.
Yeah. No, legit. I know. It was creative differences and like legitimate creative differences too. Like she wanted to do something different with it, and I wanted to do something different with it. And then Kelly Michael is just the kids like clothing line.
Did that get any traction?
It did. It did, and it was just a lot of fucking work.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my gosh, I was like, and my kids weren't interested. Like they modeled for it once, the very first line that came out, and then after that, they're like, "Look here, lady, like I'm cool," and I was like, "Well, I'm doing this shit for y'all."
Yeah,
like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, hold on now. So it did. Like, it does well. It does really well, especially online.
Okay. So it's still in production.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, still in production.
How many years now?
3.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going on 3.
So are you making money?
I am breaking even.
Okay.
Yes, I'm probably about broken even.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe my next year should be productive, like in terms of profitability.
Yeah, people don't realize how hard apparel company.
It's really difficult.
I have my own apparel company. People have asked me like, dude, why don't you launch it? I'm like, you don't get it.
No, it's tough.
Like, it is really hard. Like, I'm trying. You probably know, you've heard around the gym. We've been talking about it. Olympia's coming up in September.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, big bodybuilding show,
Yeah.
Super Bowl of bodybuilding. Everybody's gonna be there, especially this year. I believe Mark Wahlberg's involved.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and I believe The Rock's supposed to make a appearance like always. But I'm like, dude, you don't understand the amount of money it takes to get the shirt, to print it, and then the quality of the shirt.
Right.
The better the quality, the higher the price.
Yeah.
And your margin is so small to make money.
Right.
That you just need somebody like to wear it to launch it. Really.
Right.
And that's why I'm not surprised you break even. That which is great because
Yeah, it took me 3 years.
yeah,
Yeah, but and that's what I said. Next year, hopefully, we'll profit. But it's tough. You've got designs, and you've got to go find buttons and zippers, and you got to make everything different. And
Yeah.
online shopping now has killed the game. Like you can't do shit.
really.
Yeah, it's just tough to compete because people can go out and get a shirt from Target. Like Target's a shit now. You know what I mean? Like they have some nice designs, like for kids. They're cheap.
I mean, listen, I get it as a parent, like we both are. You don't want to spend money on a pair of jeans that your kid's gonna tear up. I just bought my kid Vans the other day. I'm like, dude, like what happened to the front? like seriously, and Vans are cheap.
Is that your big toe coming out that shit?
Yeah, like seriously, So I get why.
Yes. And the boys will do some shit like they'll like go play basketball in their brand new fucking Vans, and I'm like, you have basketball shoes. You have outside shoes. Yeah. Take your ass upstairs and change your shoes. And they're like, I couldn't. Like it's just so much work.
Yeah, no, I know. And I'm sitting there going, like, seriously, like, are you like scraping your feet when you walk? Like,
do you drag your shit across the concrete?
Totally.
That's hilarious. The kids do that all the time. And clothes too. Like when I see parents dress their kids in like Gucci and shit, I'm like, they're gonna be out of that onesie in 2 weeks.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be out of that Gucci 100%. Fucking jeans in a month.
My kid asked me, "Can I get some Gucci?" I said, "You're out of your mind."
Are you crazy? Yeah, no.
I'm like, what? So you can put a hole in it?
Right.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm Target, fucking Ross. You know what I mean? Like I'm that for my kids. For
so
what? Yeah. Like they grow every month.
I do outlets.
I'm like, fuck it. I need to find some good outlets. You have to write some down for me.
I do. I like Cabazon, which is down towards Palm Springs.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love their Under Armour.
Okay.
They always have like the little hidden stuff.
Yeah, jewels.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the one up north from us here, Camarillo.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek and I are always like, we're gonna, you know the ones at the bottom of the grapevine?
Yeah.
We're always gonna stop because they have H&M and Gap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we should always stop. Yes.
Yeah, they're not that great.
No? Oh, okay. Good. Thanks for telling me. Because I'm always like, let's leave early and stop there.
Look, they got Puma.
Right.
They got the H&M. If you're at H&M, dude, I can't shop there.
Right. Well, no, this is just for the kid. Well, not just, but I mean, like $5 t-shirts for the kid.
Look, I'm sure you can find something.
Yeah.
I wasn't very impressed. My wife actually bought some things, but but women can always. You guys
we can find shit anywhere.
It doesn't matter where you guys go. You guys will find. Okay, well, this will go with that.
Right.
That will go with that. And we're like simple but difficult at the same time. You're like, yo, those jeans don't fit. I'm like over it.
Right. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'll wait for you in the car.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Yeah.
Let me know when we're ready to go.
Right.
So does your kids' clothing line have fall and spring or?
They do. Yeah. They have two like seasons.
Okay.
So mainly like jogger t-shirts, just because I feel like out here you can wear that year round.
Right.
So I've really I think honed in on the LA market and just our weather. So it's like light jackets,
hoodies.
Hoodies, that kind of like, long sleeve shirts. Like I said, majority of our pants are joggers. And they used to have the hammer pant, like that was a thing a couple of years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My kids aren't there yet. So I'll take your
But
word for it.
but now it's just like regular, kind of like sweats almost.
Okay.
So we just we really market towards the LA, like this Southern California weather.
So you're staying like almost West Coast.
Kind of. I mean, it's available online, but we design for West Coast weather.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we don't do like heavy coats. We did one heavy coat one time. It sold okay, but it's just difficult because like some kids are. Some parents would, it's small, and they're like, oh, the armpits are too tight for my kids. I'm like, sorry, order higher. Like, you're like,
look, I'm gonna tell you right now. So, like for myself, I wear XXL, and lately it doesn't fit.
Too small.
Too small.
Big. Really?
Too small.
And are you like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I'm thinking either two things. Either they're making the XXL smaller, so you can buy a 3XL. I don't get it. And like this jersey's a 2XL.
Okay.
It barely fits.
No, where does it not fit?
Like it's look. As soon as I watch this.
Oh, it's getting tight.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, like what's the problem here? So I can relate to parents. I mean, that's the one thing about online.
Right.
You're
It's
buying it
tough.
because you want it now,
Right.
and you don't want to go to the store and walk around.
Yeah. Show up at my doorstep.
You know, return policy, send it back.
Yep.
You know, Amazon, they'll pick it up for
Yeah. Which I love.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Right.
You know, so I can see why that's a problem. But
Yes.
you know what? You're shopping online. If you don't, go to the store.
That's how I feel. I'm like, you're kind of risking it anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
measure it.
Just 'cause you're
Measure
not
up.
fucking
Go
sure.
old school.
Right.
Get the shit. Go to the dresser. Try it on. You know what? It doesn't fit.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
but you know what? Once you're with customer service, anyways,
I know it's tough.
it's always a headache.
It is.
I mean, you get the ones that are happy, the ones that, oh, the button's too tight, your buttons are too loose, the zipper's too tight,
Right.
the zipper falls off. It's like, it's,
I'm like, take a fucking little thread and 1-2 loop that button and keep it moving. Like,
But
by the
it'll
time
not
you
sew.
fucking typed this whole novel, you could have had that button on that shirt.
yeah, but you know what? We're a society of complaining.
We are.
People
Everything.
love to complain about anything. It doesn't-
Everything.
Oh, fucking, I had bad service at the restaurant. Bitch,
Legit.
they write your thing 2 minutes late. Calm the fuck
You know,
down.
I was at, where was I the other day? I went to the county clerk's office because I'm a notary, so I had I had to renew it, right?
Well, you're like a,
I'm like legit Jamaican, for real. Like I got like 18
well,
jobs.
what's that term?
Gosh.
You're, no, something, but you're a master of none.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Shit, what is that?
oh my gosh, that's the half. It's
Oh, go ahead.
oh okay.
It's oh shit, what is it called?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
I do. Like yeah, because it's basically saying you got hella jobs.
Yeah, you got all these jobs, but you mastered
None of them. Legit. Derek
Right.
was always like, so like this year alone, I got my notary. I became yoga teacher certified, so I put in 250 hours of yoga.
No shit.
Yeah, and I'm working on my real estate license. And he's like, I'm like, I don't know, just because I have time apparently. But no, talk about complaining. I'm at the damn clerk's office, and the woman next to me, the lines, it's not super long, but it's like mediocre, right?
Right.
Fucking gringa. She's like, why don't you have everybody here working? Because like the line is really long, and this is ridiculous. Do you see that person behind you? He's just talking to his manager. He should be at a window helping these people. And I was like, bitch, just shut the fuck up. Like, just do what you're supposed to do and like beat it. Like it's yeah. I was just like, it just makes
You know
me
what though?
angry.
I'll tell you, I kind of agree with her.
I agree with her too, but I just don't have the time to like go up to the window and be like and complain.
I had to go to Norwalk.
Okay.
To the county,
County clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Norwalk, and I'm standing in line, right? And like we're 12 deep.
Yeah.
There's one person working. Like I'm sure we're on the schedule.
Right.
I want to get the fuck out.
Correct.
And homeboy's playing solitary, right? and I'm sitting there going,
his break. He's like, I'm not helping shit.
exactly. And I go, yo, man. I said, you think you can help me? He thought, I'm on break, dog.
Yeah, right.
Like
he was like,
he thought my break is up in 15 minutes. I'll open the drawer. I'm like, motherfucker. You see, because I even posted this thing on Instagram today. Like, I can't stand lazy people. That was me. I was like, fucking next.
Right.
Let's get the
And
ball.
just work through the 15 minutes. Fuck it. Like, I'll take a break when no one's in the office, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
But
we have
you know
the
what?
same mentality.
But at the same side, I get it.
Right.
You're entitled to your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
State of California, the law says
Right.
you're entitled.
And he's thinking, like, I'm not going to get paid for my 15 minutes if I work.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, they're going to dock my 15 minutes out of my pay. So I'm going to sit my ass here and fucking play solitaire.
Right.
Yeah. No, I felt her. Like, I was like, because there were, like, at least 3 people just chilling. And I was like, damn, I totally get it. But I'm just kind of like, Sabas, get here to pay my bill. Thanks, cool, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just like, whatever. I'm not going to sit there and take more time to be like, and
No,
why
yeah.
aren't that people? I was like, damn, shut
Yeah.
up.
No, I get it. Like, I'll open my mouth if somebody's being annoying,
Yes. Rude.
irritable,
Yep.
or rude.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just
Like, whatever.
swipe.
Legit.
swipe.
Right.
Oh, that's I like.
I am
you know.
the same way. I'll be like, okay, I'll waste time not waste time, but I'll like address it if someone's just being rude.
Oh, for sure.
Like that, don't talk to my kids while I'm standing there. Like, you know what I mean? Like certain things, that's when I'd be like, okay, now you're about to get it.
I don't know if you're the same way. I believe you are. If you reprimand my kid because he's doing something wrong, have at it. He fucked up. 'Cause I have 2 boys. Like, if you reprimand him in the correct way, like,
In a
I'm
correct,
sorry.
yes,
I'm
love
sorry,
the correct
son,
way.
you can't
yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't stand on the
There's
table.
a sign there that
Yes.
says, you know, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna come at my kid like you're just being rude.
Yeah, like turn down your iPad.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have a problem. Because there's another way to say it. You can say, excuse me,
correct.
Son, can you turn it down?
Right.
There's always a way to approach things.
Always.
You know, but I think that, you know, going back to people, we're just irritable.
Yeah, we are. We're always like on edge.
And I think the problem is that we want instant gratification. We want our Instagram. We want things delivered 24 hours. Why can't I get it in 45 minutes?
Right.
You know, going back to your clothing line where people are like, oh, the pins are too. It's like, dude.
Yes. Right. And they expect like a shirt, like a replacement shirt in like 12 minutes. And you're like, well, you got to return it.
Yeah. I got to scan it.
Yeah.
I got to log it because it's stocking. Because if not, then it's going to come in my books that I'm missing product.
Correct.
Now, who's stealing from me?
Right. It's so many, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
Like, so it's going to be a solid like 2 to 3 day turnaround. And they're like, oh my, I'm like, well, it's not, okay, well. Then fucking clip a little piece of the thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
So
it's intense.
Clothing line.
Clothing line, yes.
And then I'm looking at your IMDb. And it says you're an actress?
Yeah, I've been in a few movies.
No shit. Something with Omar Epps, right? I kind of saw that.
I was in Chocolate City.
Okay.
We've produced and I've been in Uncontrolled Comedy.
Who's we?
My production company, Black Halo.
Okay.
And that's on Hulu.
Okay.
And yeah, I've done some like independent like black films.
How they doing?
Good. Yeah, they did good. I did a whole like web series called V.
Okay.
So I played like this assassin and I loved it. It was so badass. There's like 12 episodes and that's on YouTube.
And is there another season or?
No, it was so many years ago. No. Actually, you know who backed that one? Code Black, who's with Lionsgate now. So they just kind of started to just focus on just feature films, just movies. Yeah. But I've been in front of the camera a few times, and now I love being behind the camera. So I produce stuff more now.
What are you producing now?
Right now we're working on 2 shows that we have with like some pretty dope ass writers. One's like a TV show, a series.
What's that called? Can you say?
Yes, we're called Retired.
Okay.
Yes, and it's all of our production and all of our content is on stuff that we can relate to or that things that we've experienced.
Okay.
So it's basically about like Derek who's retired and like kind of an athlete after retirement, what that looks like.
And then for the people that don't know who Derek is.
Oh, Derek Fisher. And if you don't know who Derek Fisher is, then no. Derek Fisher, he is my fiance.
Right.
And 5-time Laker. NBA, yes.
Hit a winning shot to push it to game 7.
0.4. Yeah, pushed to game 5.
Game 5 or 7?
Yes, it was 7.
Or 6?
Maybe it was 6.
6, right?
He's gonna kill me for not knowing that.
Against the Kings?
No, against San Antonio.
Okay,
yeah,
I remember the game, and I remember.
Do you remember where you were?
I was at home.
Okay.
I was at home, watching the game, and I'll never forget this when Shaq said, "One lucky shot deserves another one," because they had come, and took the lead from that lucky 3-pointer. I think.
Yeah, 3-pointer.
No, it was a 2-pointer to Duncan. Duncan just threw it up, and it went in, and then Lakers called timeout, and D Fish comes.